The idea makes perfect sense in your head, and you're really gutsy in your head. On Friday, she said she'd been dating this guy for a couple of years. If he wasn't going to propose, she was going to take off, but did she really do it? Is that what we got going on Friday?
That is pretty much it. So they have been together for 3 years. They've lived together for 2. She's been listening to the show long enough to remember you saying that women should have an invisible line drawn in the sand. So she was taking Bert's advice on that, and she felt like she was giving this dude enough time. She wasn't really going to talk to him about it because it's in her mind, and she feels like she's done and she's set. So he's going to a bachelor party this weekend, and when he came home on Sunday night, she said that he was going to come home to an empty home and a single man because she was just going to be out of there.
Yeah, so just to re-explain my position on that, first of all, never listen to me.
A little late.
Sorry. But I really do, if marriage is important to you, that's the key right there. If marriage is important to you.
And your partner knows that.
And your partner knows that. You guys have discussed it. Yes, I'm a big old fan of having, not an ultimatum, because an ultimatum is telling them look, if you don't propose by November 15th, I am out of here. I'm not a big fan of that. For me, it's like have a date in your mind. If he doesn't make it, then it's time to move on. All right? It's not something that was in the same, you guys weren't on the same page when it comes to that. So that was my suggestion. So that's what she was using on Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She'd already signed a new lease. She had a U-Haul. She had
Really?
friends. She had the whole thing. And a majority of the stuff in the apartment was hers. So he was basically going to be coming home to an empty space.
And I'm sorry, was he on a business trip or something?
Bachelor party.
Bachelor party. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Someone else was getting married.
Okay.
Not her.
All right, got it.
Here's the update. I did it. I'm so proud of myself. You have no idea.
She really left.
It was hard. I almost backed out. I almost tried to convince myself that I was being selfish for not giving him more time. I heard you guys on Friday debating if it was fair to not tell him my date in the sand. However, like you said, I didn't want it to be an ultimatum. If he had proposed by my deadline, then I would spend the rest of my life thinking he only proposed because he had to.
Right.
Yeah. And I was the one that was like, is that mean? Like, to just be like, peace.
What do you mean?
In the night. I was like, she needs to tell him she's leaving. There needs to be a breakup, right? Can you just pace in the night? So I was the one. And then we all talked about it. I was like, no, you're right. This is cool. It's pretty cool. Respect. All right. She says, however, he was very aware that marriage and a family were important to me. He had always said that he wanted the same thing. We just never specifically discussed a timeline. But I feel that 3 years is plenty of time. There's no reason not to propose. We're both established in our jobs. We are reasonably comfortable financially. There's nothing else going on in our life to make this a bad time. So I started packing up on Friday night. I stayed up all night packing boxes. Saturday morning, we started loading the U-Haul. With the help of my friends, I was completely moved out by Saturday night.
Damn.
Today, we unloaded everything into my new place. About 2 hours ago, he got home and he called me. I ignored the call. He tried a few more times. I ignored those too. Then the text started coming in. Where are you? What's going on? Call me now. I just responded with one text. I've moved out. It's time for me to move on. I was hoping by now we'd be preparing for a wedding. I can't keep waiting and hoping. I'm not angry. Just looking out for me. It's been a long weekend. I need some rest. Turning off my phone now. And that's what I did.
Savage.
I
It is
honestly
savage.
feel at peace. I'm in love with her. Like, she can move in with me. I don't even care anymore.
That
She's
is
amazing.
Savage, man.
And that's what I did. I honestly feel at peace. Can't say it won't be hard tomorrow, but for now, I'm fine. I'm gonna go get some sleep. Thanks.
All right, so
Wow.
let's play this out. All right, so now dude is like, oh my God, she was serious. She's out of my life. And proposes to her. Says, I made a
Oh,
mistake.
this is the scenario I brought up last
Oh,
time.
did you?
I totally did.
So
yeah.
now what does she do? Now they're engaged, but she's had to do this very, 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 what's the word I'm looking for?
Drastic.
Very drastic thing.
Spontaneous.
So now she'll have the same thought, though. If I wouldn't have moved out,
Yeah.
would he have ever proposed? So can she live with that, or is it really over?
You had to get a whole new address for him to propose. Is that not the same as the here's your ultimatum, here's your deadline? It would feel the same to me. So Kristen was like, would you still say yes if you got what you wanted? She sounds so done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she sounds
So
really
done.
She turned off her phone done.
Wow.
And went to sleep like it was nothing. At the point that you get a new U-Haul and move out and do all of this, I don't think there's anything he can do now. Because even if he does propose, it's like you had to wait for all of this.
This guy's tired. He's probably been drunk all weekend.
Oh,
Coming
yeah.
home just wants to relax. At least I can just chill out for the next 24 before I got to go to work. And he opens up the door and everything's gone.
There's no bed, no couch.
Nothing.
I'm just so impressed with women that are able to
Right.
just close the door.
Right.
Like I am so inspired. And how do you do it? Teach me your ways, because I will kick that can down the road for 20 plus years. But she's just it's these women that are like, I'm done.
Yep.
And they just it's like the Brazilian steakhouse, the red side. Stop.
I think
No more.
There are some that once that switch is off, man, that's it. My head's gone, my heart's gone, that's it. And it's going to be very difficult if he wants to come back now to go, you know what? You were right, I was wrong, let's get married. And then we'll see what she says.
The Bert Show.